She said I would be an original. The Daily Mail had contacted me. They wanted to run an article on me. Molly-Mae got rejected the first time. Wes got rejected like for 2 or 3 years as well. My personality didn't really come through. She was asking me about being Indian. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're good. I finally got the video that I've been promising. Before I get into the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Check out my Instagram, I'll link it down below. But yeah, let's get into the video. I obviously about, I think it was like beginning of January, just before they released the cast of the new series, I put on my Instagram stories because the Daily Mail had contacted me. They wanted to run an article on me about going on the show and stuff. So I just put it onto my stories and said, you know, do you guys want to see a video of like my whole being approached for Love Island and all that? And pretty much everyone said yes. So it actually started off being approached for a different show. It started in November, I think like the beginning of November. I was literally sat in the library studying and I got a DM and it was actually from E4, so it wasn't even from ITV. And it was regarding going on to Celebs Go Dating. So, this phone is so slow. I'm having to record on my current phone because I haven't got my camera. I'm having to use my old phone to get onto my DMs. It was 29th of October, I got a message from E4 and it was like, hey, hope you don't mind me messaging, I'm casting for Celebs Go Dating, I was wondering if you'd be interested. Now to be honest, I would never go on that show. The only reality TV show I've said I'd ever go on is Love Island, but I went along with it anyway just to see, you know, maybe she could persuade me to go on if it sounded good. So I was just like, yeah, that's fine, I'd be interested, can you give me more details? So she basically was like, I want to speak to you on the phone. We spoke on the phone and she said basically what they wanted me to do was go to like a mixer, so I think it's like a sort of soiree. So it's, you know, like you're just there having drinks and stuff and then the celebs come in and you can approach them and start chirping them, or they can come up to you and start chirping you, and then if they like you, you'll go on a date with them, they'll set it up and stuff like that. The dates didn't match up for me because obviously I'm still at uni, so they wanted to film in November and February. Couldn't do the November dates, but I could do the February dates, so that never really materialised. But then the next day I got a message from ITV, and as soon as I saw ITV castings I was like, I know exactly what this is for. So before I opened the message I knew what show it was for because it's ITV, and basically I'm going to put screenshots of the messages, but so it said, hi, hope you don't mind me getting in touch. I'm a casting researcher at ITV Studios, where we are casting singles for some upcoming new and existing ITV2 productions. I like the look of your profile. If you would like to have a quick chat so I can explain more, drop me your number and we can schedule a call. I can't disclose any info on the show. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll definitely be interested. I'm glad you like my profile. This is my number. I look forward to your call. So then she called me and she was like, gassed, like she was gassing me up. She was like, are you single? I was like, yeah, I'm single. And are you free in February and January? And I was like, well, yeah, I am, because I have a winter break from uni. And she was like, I love your profile, I love what you're doing on Instagram, I love the fact you're Indian, I love the fact that you're a dentist. I was like, I'm not actually a dentist, I'm still studying dentistry. And she was like, oh, wicked, are you studying in London? I was like, no, I'm studying out in Poland. And then she was like, what, that's amazing. She was like, I want to meet you ASAP, like we need to get you in, I need to schedule in for a meeting when you next back. And I was actually coming back that following week for some job interviews. So I was like, well, I'm back next week. If you want, we can meet then. She was like, 100%, like you tell me any time that's good for you, I'll make sure we get you seen. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So we scheduled, basically I literally went from the airport straight to my audition. But before that she was like, you need to fill out an online application form. So I did that online application form, and it was like you had to talk about like what dates you'd been, like dating apps you'd been on, if you'd been dating much recently, past relationships, how would your friends describe you, stuff like that. And then you had to send in a video. So cringe. So it had to be like a minute. I swear mine was like 2 minutes, and it was just like, as soon as I clicked send, I was like, you're not getting a slot on this show, like, see you later, bro. To be honest, I should have researched it a bit more, because of some of the past Islanders have put their videos onto YouTube and stuff, and theirs are like edited cool and stuff like that. I'm literally sat at my desk like this, like talking with my camera like here. I just had to basically explain what I'd written in the application, so past relationships, what I'm looking for, why I would be good on the show, why I want to go on the show, just like stuff like that. So I sent that in. Then on the Friday Friday, I think it was like the 7th of November or something like that, I went in for my audition. It was with the lady who initially DM'd me, and she was really nice, like she was really sound. She was young, she was cool, she was pretty hot. When I walked in, I knew, right, so after that I told my family, like, this is like, I've been asked to audition for Love Island, and they were like gassed, like, because everyone's been telling me for years, you need to apply, but I'm like, no, like, they wouldn't put me on there, and people who apply very rarely actually get a spot. But yeah, so everyone was obviously gassed, like Love Island's like the biggest show, like it sums up British culture, it is British culture. So then, but I was like, my dad was like, you need to think like realistically, you're in your final year of uni, you're about to graduate as a dentist, if you go on this show, you are not going to go back to uni for the foreseeable future, and it's only an audition, it doesn't mean you've got it, so don't be like putting all your eggs in one basket. And when he said that, it kind of brought me back down to earth, and I was like, you know what, I probably am not going to go on this show. If they had asked me to go and audition for the summer edition, like this summer coming, 100% I would do it, I'd be graduated as a dentist. But going in winter series, being like, oh, I'm a student, I'm 26, I'm a student. Nah, it doesn't sound the same. So when I went in for my audition, I sort of was like, had no expectations. I wasn't really bothered about it, if I got it or not, because I thought, you know, I kind of knew I wouldn't go on it when push came to shove. So that was good though, because it made me a lot more confident, and so I wasn't nervous. So when I was talking, I was fine. I went in, registered at reception, then went up, and then I was in the waiting area, and then she came and greeted me. We were just having a general talk. I was like, you know, she was like, oh, you've just come back straight from the airport. I was like, yeah, like that's why I look a bit disheveled. She was like, you know, let's find a room for us to film in. So when we were walking, I was asking her, like, you know, how did you find my profile, and, you know, what do you look for? And she was like, it's so many different things, like I couldn't give you an answer, it's just like what we come across. So I think like in my profile I've got like London blogger, dentist, tree student, or stuff like that, and I think I fit a criteria that they would have wanted. She was actually like half Spanish or full Spanish or something like that, and she was saying, you know, she really wanted to increase the diversity and inclusivity of the show, and, you know, she loved the fact that I was a dentist. It shows like I'm educated. They want to show that educated people can go on Love Island, you know, like Dr. Alex and all that. And she was like, I love that you're Indian, because I really want to show, you know, more ethnic diversity. So for me, I was like, well, I've got a very high chance. I'm a dentist, I'm Indian, and yeah, so I was like, I've got a good chance at it. She was just really gassing me up, but I think she must do that to everyone to make them feel more confident and more comfortable, because imagine if she was like standoffish, it'd be a bit awkward. So she probably does that to everyone, but yeah, gave me false hope. We sat down and she instantly put the ring light on, like the camera started recording, and we were just having like a general chat, and then she was like, oh, okay, so the first thing she wanted me to do was obviously introduce myself. So I was like, oh, hi, I'm Ryan, I'm 25 at the time, yeah. So I was like, oh, hi, I'm Ryan, I'm 25, and I'm a dentistry student and a men's fashion and lifestyle blogger. And she didn't want me to say that, because when I said that, her face was like, oh, why did you say that? Like, I think she wanted me to stick to the fact that I'm like doing dentistry. And then we were talking about, so then she was asking me about like past relationships, so when my last one ended, why did it end, how long were we together, have I dated since, what am I looking for now. It was going quite in depth, because she was asking me like, when did I know we were going to break up, who broke up with who, why did we break up. It was quite like deep. I felt like I was in therapy or something. But when I was talking about all these stories, like I'm a really bad storyteller, so when I was talking to her about it all, I felt like I was just rambling and just chatting a load of garbage. Very good at speaking about myself. I can speak about them. I hate speaking about myself, so it probably didn't come across, like my personality didn't really come through. And then after that, she was asking me about dentistry. She was asking me like, what specialization do I want to go into. She was like, do you want to do cosmetics? I was like, not really, I think I want to go more into surgery. And then she was asking me, you know, how long have I got left, what's it like living in Poland, and like studying abroad. And after that, she was asking me about being Indian. Now, for me, like, I don't know what to say, because that's just my everyday life. It's no different, like, to anyone else's. I don't know if she wanted me to be like, you know, I come from a stereotypical Asian family, like they're really backwards, stuff like that, which is not the case. So I was like, well, my dad was born in England and my mum was born in India. Like, I was chatting so much crap. Like, I was just rambling. I just thought that was a bit of a weird question. Then after that, we were talking, what else did she ask? So she asked me, like, you know, why do I want to be on the show? I just said it would be a great experience, like it would be such a laugh, like being in the villa with everyone, just, you know, it would be so cool to meet new people, and if I do find for someone, I do find someone. After that, she asked me whether there's anything that could come out in the papers about me or my family if I was to go on the show, and then that was the end of the audition. And so when she stopped recording, and then as we were walking out, she was like, you know, how do you think that went? And I was like, I think it was like fine, like I wasn't nervous, I felt quite confident, like talking, but I don't know about how it actually went. She was like, no, you did really well, like you were talking great, like I think you came across really well. She said that I would hear back by, I think it was at the beginning of January, end of December, I would hear back if I've got it. But if I don't hear back, then you could still be called out for like Casa Amor or, you know, stuff like that. But I knew that if I was going to go on, I would be an original, because obviously they want that Asian person from the beginning, and I knew that they wouldn't pick more than one Asian person, so whoever that Asian person is going to be an original. After that, she was saying, if you don't get picked now, don't even stress, because people, I think Molly May, she said, got rejected the first time, and then one of the casting producers saw her when she was working at Ocean Beach in Ibiza, like a year later, I think, and was like, she was a completely different person to how she was in her audition. That's how she got on the show. And then I think Wes got rejected like for 2 or 3 years as well. So she was like, if you don't get asked to go on now, it could be in a later series. I mean, I'm guessing, I don't think I'm going to get asked after making this video. She said because I'm going to be a dentist, I could get asked to go on other shows as well. Obviously didn't hear back, and I sort of forgot about it. I wasn't really, like I said, I wasn't bothered. Like, obviously, for me, it was more the fact that they approached me was like mad. Like, I never thought that would happen. But I wasn't really fussed about going on it or not. Obviously, it's amazing exposure. You could actually meet someone. If push came to shove, I don't think I would have gone on this series, solely for the fact that I want to graduate and finish and become a dentist in this lifetime. Then in January, I think it was on New Year's Eve, I got an email from the Daily Mail. I'll put it on the screen, and it was basically saying they'd had sources contact them to tell them I was going on Love Island, and that they wanted to run a story on me, and if I could give details when I was flying out and stuff. But obviously I hadn't heard back, so I just assumed I wasn't going on it. But everyone was like, you should have just said you were going on it to get an article written about you. And so yeah, that was the process that I went through. People were asking me about the mental health stuff, so they didn't actually ask me anything to do with mental health. I think they did in the application, there's a few questions about mental health. I think it's when you're actually selected, then you go through the mental health screening, and so yeah, so I didn't really experience any of that. And then I actually met some of the contestants when I flew back from Bali last week. So I was in the queue for border control at Heathrow. I saw these 3 girls walk past me at border control when I was queuing up, and I was like, damn, like one of them caught my eye. She was fit, and I was like, oh, they look like they've just landed from Dubai or something. And then we carried on queuing. I was like, oh, I recognise him. I was like, why do I know him? And then I could hear him talking in a Mancunian accent, and it was Callum, and then it was Molly. So Molly's the one who I saw, and I was like, damn. And they were talking, and I just looked up at them and went, fucking hell. And they just started cracking up. And then we got through security, and not many people knew who they were, because people kept asking me like, who is that? And I was like, oh, they're from Love Island. Everyone was just cussing them. It was only like the young people who were like, what? It's the Love Island now. So then we went through security, and then Molly was there waiting for Callum. So we just started speaking to her, and she was really nice. Like, she was shy, like she was quite shy, but she was like nice. She was pleasant to talk to. Had a bit of a conversation with her, and her chaperone was with her. I hope you enjoyed that video. My Love Island journey was not very long. It was literally one audition that I got cut. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you an insight. I find it really interesting what it was like. I'd be interested to see other people who had been further through the process, especially the Asians, because I was speaking to someone on my Instagram who we follow each other, and she had been approached as well, and she was Asian, she was a dentist, but she rejected it from the get-go. She didn't go for an audition, she just said no straight away. People slate the show. People why do you want to go on there? You're going to be a dentist, you're going to go on a show like that. But I'm like, it's the biggest show in the country. People in Australia watch it, America watch it. They don't watch the Australian or American Love Island, they watch the UK Love Island. You're telling me I'm too good for it because I'm a dentist? Nah, that's wrong. That is wrong. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.